Hello. Hey, none for now. How's it going? Still got to figure out how to make this thing work. Hey, Adventure Man. How's it going? Hope you guys are having a good day. Pretty good. I just got done posting a video. Hey, Alex. YouTube and Instagram was taking forever to load, though. I don't know what was going on. Hey, Adventure 50. Thanks for lurking. Knives of Life. Shadow Company. Good to see you. Today, I just posted, but today, hey, Clint. Got this Rosecraft. They call it the MA12. It's a button lock, but you can only open or close it through the button lock. Let me check. It is. You can totally unscrew it and take it off. So that's nice. But you know, like, it don't come out, which is great. Hey, David. Arshia. Hey, Jim. Bye, Jim. Yeah, it's nice to give you options because I don't always like having one of these sticking out, but you know, it's handy to have on hand sometimes. But the action's really great and the knife's super sharp, but the ergos are what I really like. Is it's just great in hand. All right, David. But yeah, I like that that's a removable part. The G10 is really nice and grippy, and you can get it in black, green, or this digital camo. It's really nice. It's definitely a good one to use, and it's really fidgety for being just button operated. But what do you guys got in the pockets today? Mick, good to see you. I don't know what you're trying to ask there, David. Still got the live wire and the pyrite. Nice. 15V para 3 with the Titanium tie scale. That's awesome. Super cool. Thank you, Mick. I appreciate that. Let's see here. I lost my train of thought for a moment. Hey, Henry, how's it going? I know people are watching me as they go by. It's YouTube, damn it. So let's see. That's a knife. That's right. Hey, Blaze. Bounce House approved trainer blades. I'm really liking this one though. I think it runs like 59. And you know, you can always use my code TJ10 on Rosecraft. But I'm really digging this one. This one's going to be in regular rotation. Hello, Burke. This one's in Oz 10, which is a nice steel. And let's see here. What else is going on? I got some new blank notebooks in, so I'll be making some new ones. I might do some lettering, some black and gray lettering on stuff. Just trying out some new stuff. Challenge myself. Thank you. Nope, no Roblox. Just don't do it. Today's been kind of mellow. Trying to remember why. I just don't have time. I had a whole list of stuff. I was like, oh yeah, we can talk about this, and then I totally forgot. But let's see what's going on in the knife world. There's a bunch of new stuff on White Mountain I saw, which was pretty cool. No. That's awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I got some new ones in the works. I mean, I'm just getting started on them, so. But they'll be fun to share. Give me a day or two to get some. Thank you, Mick. Let's see here. I found this new half and half, even though it's not knife related. I found this new Arnold Palmer, and I can't remember the brand. I'll share it tomorrow, but it's only 5 calories, so that's helping. Yeah, I had to give him a chance, but man, he didn't seem to want to learn. But man, Tri-Stash is coming out soon. Is Los Angeles a safe place to live? I've never been to Los Angeles. I have friends in California, all over the place. I imagine it's like any other city. It has its great parts, its rough parts. Just how you present yourself, I think, is what makes things safe. If you're nice, polite, and confident, I think you can probably get along most places. Not every place, but most. Hey, Shay. Now, I probably wouldn't want to live there because traffic, and I'm not a big city person, but I think Shay would dig this, man. I just posted about this one, Shay. This is a Rosecraft in Oz 10. It's button only. But the nice thing is, once it's closed, it won't open. But it also only opens by button and closes by button. But it's like a good size. It's not an overbuilt, but it's got that thick vibe to it. I'm really digging it, man. It's perfect. I've had it for a few weeks. Yeah, it does. It has really nice acoustics. I've had it for a few weeks. I've just been posting other stuff, but I've been carrying it a lot, actually. I'm really enjoying it. Great deal on a Craven Compton. Yeah. I don't care what the price is. It's probably still cheaper to live here. Oh, man. Honestly, I have a friend in Oakland, and it sounds awesome. The hipsters, you can get a $10,000 house in Detroit. Hipsters, man, they gotta ruin it all. Hey, Tegan, how's it going? And I bet those hipsters that bought those $10,000 houses are super close to stadiums and they never go. They're fine. Yeah. Hey, Steve. Super nice now. That's good. You always hear back and forth about stuff, and you never really know until you talk to somebody there. But I like to drive. But my friend who lives in Oakland, he's like, there's a diner, there's a record shop, a brewery. Everything is within like 2 blocks of walking. There's like a little Target, but you don't really go anywhere because it takes forever to drive more than 3 blocks. So that would kind of be hard for me to deal with. Plus, the houses are like $1 million and they're tiny and no yard. I couldn't do that. I like to have space. Where am I going to film if I'm sitting in the middle of the city? I mean, I guess I could just film sitting in the middle of the city. But it's another 95-degree day here. How is it over there, Shay? Usually we're just a little bit off in weather by about a day, but it has been... This is the third day, well, second day of 95, and we had 100 a couple days ago. Let's see. Depends what you're looking for. Miami for the views, you pay for those views. So my neighbor, this is like her... she's done well. So my neighbor has the place here when she visits her parents, but she lives in Miami, and she said the prices are insane. I'm not a fan of Vegas anymore. Yeah, those fucking eyes would not be the weirdest thing in most major cities. Only 97 today. Oh, I believe Miami is beautiful. I just wouldn't. Part of me would love to be in Miami because of Art Basel, the whole art scene. It would be a lot easier for me as an artist to... I could do a lot better probably down there, but keep that pool life strong, that's right. But plus California, I couldn't probably sit around and flick a knife and get away with it. Went on there whereas here, this isn't even like, nobody even notices. Walks the city limits dressed in full Spartan gear. Every day, every single day. That's funny. Trying to think. You love those guys. What phone? Samsung. Last 5 years, people have been trying to figure out why. Nobody knows. Well, it's one of those, you got to either like keep the myth going, or you just got to stop and ask them yourself. You weirdos in your neighborhood as a kid, and there were actually some interesting people. That's right. The weird people are usually the fun ones. I hope to be one of them when I'm even older. And no one will. Trying to think. We've had some interesting ones. There used to be this guy who would sit at Burger King. He always had a cigar in his mouth. It wasn't lit. But it was all day, open to close every single day. And if you went and you sat next to him, he would lift his hands, start shaking them at you. Never said a word. Good guy. I agree, but you know, that does start some arguments with people on which phone you use. I've never done that. Um, I I enter in shows, but I like to almost know it's a guarantee because a lot of times the people who run those shows, they have their favorites or they like what they like and they're not as open to interpretation, and you have to pay to apply, and I do not pay to play. I've been in many shows where I've been judged in, but I've never paid to apply. Like, no joke, some of them you have to pay $30 just to send them pictures of your work. And then if they like it, you pay for the space you take up. And that's basically just trying to take your money. And then the people who do, I'm not saying that art prize, there's just different ones throughout the country. I like to know which ones I'm entering from other artists, just so I don't get caught in one of those situations. I don't like to pay to play. I like to get in on my own merit. Really? It should be there. Tube socks, pulled them all the way up, like Richard Simmons. Hello, Turkey. But I'll look into that. Michigan actually has some really cool art stuff. When I was up in Wisconsin, they have some really cool art stuff. I mean, we have art here, but it's a lot of pay to play the murals game. And the ones I've, and that's for like city type stuff, like in the buildings. But local businesses don't understand the art as a business. Like, I've had a couple, like just a month ago, this company posted, "Hey, we have this statue that came with the building. We're looking for somebody to paint it, make it something so people see it on the side of the road. It'll grab their attention to come to our shop." And they said they were willing to pay for the supplies and the artist fees. So I went and I saw it, and it was the statue. It was kind of a weird statue. It was like a woman in water. It wasn't very big. It was like maybe like a 4-foot by 4-foot thing. It wasn't really huge. I figured it's going to have, a certain type of paint to withstand the outdoors. I knew I couldn't use neons, which I do use a lot. So the price of industrial outdoor paint, I was like, well, that's going to be like $200 for the paint. But if it's going to have me on the side of the road or something, I'll consider that. I'm not going to charge them much. So I shot him a price of $250. A lot of people said I underdid, and I thought I was shooting way below, and they practically scoffed at me at my price. And I told them if I would have painted this on my own and sold it, it would have been 5 times that. And they didn't care, and they're trying to do it themselves, and whatever, that's fine. Or they try to find kids in high school to do it for free or something, but not so supportive of the arts in the end. The Way of Nice Fest. Oh, that'd be cool. Shay's got an interview with Aries coming up, which will be cool. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys with my art stories. But I've had lots of really good luck, just not as much locally. I did get to paint the inside of one place, and then a storm came through and tore the building down like a couple months later. It was a bummer. Right, they don't see it as they're paying for like an expert opinion. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's like, if you need a plumber, you call a real plumber. You don't call some guy who said he did it at his own once. You know what I mean? Hey, have a good one, Steve. Yeah, they just don't get it. And that's fine. But, so yeah, where I live, it's not a big arts town. There's some surrounding that are, which is interesting because the smaller towns are much more willing. It's funny is there's just 2 towns on the opposite side of me, and both of them hold a sidewalk chalk festival every year, and they close their main streets down for like 3 days, and they bring in these professional chalk artists, and they make these 3-dimensional like things that you look like you can just walk right into, and it's amazing. Yeah, and I mean, I started painting because it was helpful to me, and then I enjoyed it, and I started getting more serious, and I studied more art. I never went to art school. I just learned on my own, and then I started making sure I did something every day, whether it was just a sketch or a little painting. And then I worked with a couple companies that got really successful for me. And then I had to make the decision to either keep working at the job I hated or take the risk of quitting that job and making it or not as an artist. So yeah, I've given things away too. I've done some in the past. It's not necessarily what I'm best at. I've done stuff that actually were somewhat 3D with stucco. I would use stucco and make things and then paint over the top of it. So I've done things like that. I guess I don't know if you'd call it a 3D or a statue or something, or not a statue, but like something along those lines. But I used to leave art at places and be like, hey, you found a piece of art, have an amazing day. I haven't done that in a very long time. Probably a couple of years, but really fun to do. No buses. And I've definitely done that too. I've probably done that, Mick, more than it being helpful, but I'd rather it go to somebody that I know is going to appreciate it than whatever. Not sure why you're asking that, Burkholm, but not going to answer it. You can elaborate on your question, but that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. But thank you, Mick. I don't know what that was about. That was weird. People on the internet, man, I tell you what. I'm glad we have this awesome community where we know each other. Exactly. I don't want to give up that info. I saw High Torch Forge, if he's still in here. He got a video that had like 30,000 hits. Congrats on that. Let's see here. We've got something from Finch coming later in the week. Blending, and you've used a few textures. That's very cool. Yeah. I used to do pastel, like oil pastels sometimes. Dry pastels. I like to try new things a lot. Oh yeah, I haven't really tried that glow texture stuff yet, but it looks cool. The United States, George. Let's see here. But we got the Finch's new sub-brand called Sugar House. We got one of those pieces coming in at the end of this week. We'll be going over. It looks really cool in the picture, so I can't wait for it to show up. Oh yeah, awesome. Thanks, Blaze. This thing is just really good in the hands. It's beefy, but not like the blade stock isn't crazy. It just feels beefy, but man, it's sharp. And let's see what else we got. CJRB has some interesting prototypes on their website. Check them out. I don't know if I'll be picking any up, but they're very interesting looking. Should get a little bottle of that rocky texture glow stuff. All right, I'll look that up. I'm getting ready to place an order for some paints, so got some panels on the way. Hey Kathleen, good to see you. Nice to see another familiar face. Had some interesting trolls today. But I don't know if you guys caught Shay and Tegan last night. They had a really good live. I was supposed to sneak in, but we were going to make food last night, and then when I got back from the store, the package of meat was open. So then we decided to go get something, and then it ended up just being slow and taking forever. And then by the time I got home, I had to take care of something else. It was just one of those days, and I wasn't able to jump on. But I watched in the live for a little bit. But it's probably still up on whoever started. I think Shay started it, so it should be on Shay's live. No art today, Kathleen, but I got my notebooks in the mail, and I'm going to... I've always wanted to go to the USA for fun. The immense history of our country. Buy me a ticket so I can go get some. I wish I could buy you a ticket. I'm not able to buy you a ticket, but definitely come and enjoy. Oh, you're going to do a regular? Okay. Well, I should be able to jump in next week. Some food at Raising Cane. There's no one near me. Maybe take me to the shooting range. You want to try an RPG-7? While that does sound like a fun date, I don't think that's going to happen. That's cool. Oh, but Kathleen, so I got some new notebooks in. I got some thick markers. I'm going to try to do some special lettering. And see what comes out of that. I do have some panels on the way, and I'm ordering some paints. They are out. The trolls are out in full force today, and they're not even regular trolls. They're just like, tell me some really personal information trolls. Carrying this today, Kathleen. It's a Rosecraft. It's called the MA12. I like this one a lot. Have a good one, Shay. Yeah, exactly. So this is a button lock, and I like it because it would be a good first knife for somebody, because it won't open. It locks, but it also only opens from the button. So that's the only deployment method. But it's great in hand. It's super sharp. It's in AUS 10. I'm liking it. So I messaged Kaiser because they have a new slip joint out that looked really cool. And it comes all the way from budget all the way to extreme high end. It's called the Trestle. And I just asked if I could see one just to give a review on, and they left me on red. I was really hoping to get to check that one. I mean, I can always buy one, but I've been having to be a bit more frugal lately. So I got to really be picky and choosy, and I'm saving up for some larger priced things. So I messaged Sharp AF. He's a really nice guy. So maybe I'll borrow his. I think he got a couple of them. So maybe I can borrow one of his or something. But let's see here. That's not a dig at Kaiser. That's just a bummer. But you got to save for your McNeese now, Tegan, and I'll get you that discount too. Check out Lone Star Knife and Supply. It's for my friend Chris. It's his business, and I have a discount code. I don't know if you can get discounts on them anywhere else. So, and he loves them. He says they're great. So, yeah. And he actually has them in stock. I mean, finding them in stock is the other hard part. I've never checked one out myself. They do look very nice, though. Let's see here. What else is going on? Guess probably going to be getting ready. Made a deal with Mo Patty, yeah. And keeping up with her collection. Her collection's amazing. You know, it'd be really cool to save up for a winter blade or something. I've kind of had like one of those factors as a grail knife for a long time. But that's down the road. And so I was going to do a video soon about, now that I'm monetized, people have asked me like what you make. Well, we're closing in on a month. And the only reason I know is because YouTube sent me a thing that says I'm not getting a payout yet because you have to make $100 before you're allowed to collect. We're close. We're like $3 away, but I thought that was really funny. Just some weird random arbitrary number they have. What kind of Spyderco should we recommend for her? She likes different stuff, and she has a pretty high-end collection, so I don't think like we could. I think we could think of some really interesting ones. Dropping on the 25th, yeah. And blades for you. Good to see you. You ordered that Native 5 lightweight and 15V, and that is going to be awesome. MXG gear clip, very cool. And ooh, pair 3 or a smock. You know, she's into some different stuff though. Like I would even think of like, I wonder if she would like one of those like stovepipes or you know, I think we can even pick out some higher end stuff. A Techno 2. Yeah. I know she likes ones that are easy to open. That's like her biggest thing is ones that are easy to open. So hey Ron. Maybe a really high-end Mannix, because it has the like crossbar system. Flipper only CTS. Oh, that would be nice. How are you doing, Ron? It is 95 today. I know you always ask, so I wanted to let you know. And I've got the Rosecraft MA12. We did see that this does come off. You can unscrew it, no problem. Button operated only. Very nice. See here, it goes from extreme to the other. Like here, it's very common that people will go from air conditioning to heater in the same day, or vice versa. So my guess is like October, 2 days in the 70s, and then 30. Or it'll go 70, 70, 100, 35. Tonight, Mattisfaction's on. Who else we got? Who else is on tonight? Getting some rain tomorrow. Yeah. Let's see here. What else do we have going on? Trying to think. There's lots of really cool stuff. Yeah, that's how it is here. Well, I haven't done anything big besides sketching out some stuff, but I had some blank notebooks show up, and I'm going to be doing some stuff on those. I'm going to try doing some lettering work, because I haven't done that in a while. And we've got some supplies on the way. So that's about it for now on that. Might go to the gallery. Sometimes I go to the gallery to see some of my, or museum, to see some of my favorite artists. Get me in that mindset. Maybe I could go live from the gallery one day and show you guys around. If you'd like that, I don't know. I will. I'm really hoping for next week, but it might end up being the week after, because they have their Wednesdays booked and they close at like noon on a Friday. And I like to really have a couple days worth. So I want to get in Monday and Tuesday, but depending on when things show up, it might have to be the following week. Because even though I pay for like super fast shipping from like Dick Blick, they don't deliver on weekends. That'd be cool. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Cat Scratch. And let's see here. No problem. Well, next time I go, I will go live. I'm not sure what day yet, and it's hard to believe it's already Wednesday. So, Yeah, definitely. I'll do that. You have a concert tomorrow? Like you're in band, or like you're going to see a concert? Like who? I haven't been to one in a while, but there hasn't really been anybody coming through here lately. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that so much. That is what it is for. So let's see here. I'm guessing Kenman might go live today. I don't know for sure. I haven't talked to him, but I would assume maybe he will. And then, who are you going to go see, by the way, Blades for You? And then Satisfaction. I'm drawing a blank after that. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd definitely be cool, Mick. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. Some country singers? Okay. I am not up with the times. Is it Mayhem? Is that pretty old country? Like 4 times a year? So, Ron, you gotta push Kenman. Kenman, I love him. He always has things planned, and then he goes live and loses track of time. So I ask him, but he's like, "No, man, I really got to get to the store. I really got to get this done." So you got to push him for me, because he doesn't want to commit, because he's just had a lot going on. Hey, Robin. That's cool. The ones we get around here, they don't ever do knives, and if they do, it's just junk. Yeah, so I don't really ever go. But you know, it's weird. You can have any kind of knife you want to have here, any size of knife you want to have here. Are there knife shops, knife shows? No. And let's see here. Thank you. I'm not Muslim, so I don't know if I'm supposed to say it back. So, but I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Bugs out here crazy. The butterflies have started getting big, at least. That's cool. And hopefully I'll find some. I have not seen any praying mantises at all. So I'm hopeful still. No problem. That's right. Yeah, you can be live, and you can't have that live monetized. And as long as you don't touch them. Weird rules. Awesome, Ron. Yeah. We always have fun. It's just he's had a very busy month, and I think he's starting to wind down though, so we should be able to find a time to do that. I mentioned to Spencer from Finch it might be cool to do a live with him and talk about their different types of knives. So that might be down the road, not anytime soon, but down the road. The pockets today, I have the Rosecraft, the MA12. It's an AUS 10. It's really nice. It is button operated only. So it closes and opens the knife, but when closed, it won't open. So I recommend it a lot, especially if you're gifting somebody a knife who doesn't normally have one. It is crazy sharp, like most Rosecrafts. Am I a gun lover or something? I wouldn't say I'm a lover, no. I'm a knife enthusiast, I guess is how I would phrase it. An artist. So yeah, we talk life, but we don't talk religion or politics, and we're polite to each other. That's basically the only rule, but it is primarily a knife channel, so we talk about what's new in the knife world. We consider them tools. But we get to know each other. We have a nice community, and we all just kind of hang out. Kevin Smith and Knives. How's it going? In the backyard. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so hopefully maybe in a month or so, Spencer from Finch might join for a live. I don't know for sure. They have that new Sugar House coming out of traditional backlocks. Is it legal to carry a knife in your country? It depends where you live. There's only a few states that have I wouldn't say that you couldn't, but it has to be very small. It depends on what state you're in. The state I am in, you can carry them at any size. I mean, you couldn't pull it out and point it at somebody, but where I'm at, you can carry them. Places like New York or California, it's extremely hard to be able to just carry one unless it's very small or fits a certain standard. You can have autos or out the fronts or switchblades where I live, but not in other cities. A lot of the big cities, you can't have those. Yeah, I think most states or cities has like a 3 to 3.5 inch blade rule. Yeah, and no autos. But where I live, it's anything goes. But honestly, in my area, it feels like I'm going to reference fishing. Everybody's grandparents probably fished here, but it's very rare to find a younger person that fishes. And I think that with pocket knives, everybody's grandpa carried a pocket knife, but most people I know don't carry a pocket knife anymore. But I've carried one since I was a kid, and it's just something I've always used and found handy. Carry whatever you want as long as you're not acting a fool. Yeah, as long as you're not doing something to draw attention or get caught. Do I like knuckle dusters? I have a pair, but I'll be very honest. I think they are awkward to hold because, the way you would use them isn't how you would normally hold your fist. Some places they're legal, some places they're not. They're not legal in a lot of places, I'll say that. Yeah, it depends on your state, what they allow and what you use it for and how they will hold you accountable for what you use, I guess, is, because some states have different self-defense rules as well. We don't really get into that much on the channel because we really just see them as tools or collecting items, like somebody who collects a watch. They have all sorts of different watches that they like for certain different reasons. We collect pocket knives for either using or holding on to. Verb. Yeah, there was a, on TikTok you can just sell anything. Fidgeting, very, very, yeah. I fidget all the time, so that's great to have. It's another good reason. Like for example, I saw it was an older guy. He was probably in his 60s. He was on TikTok and he just sells crap. He doesn't care what he sells. He's just trying to sell it to make a buck. And he was selling M-Tech garbage knives, but he was saying how pull it out and hold it this way and stick somebody. And I saw that and I said, sir, being somebody in the knife community, first of all, he kept calling the flipper tab the auto switch. It's like, no, that's just a flipper. They're not autos. But in the community, we really prefer you call them tools. We don't need to be categorized as a different way or violent people. And he got mad at me, said I don't know anything about knives, and blocked me just for saying that to him. Ooh, tie scales on that. That'd be cool. Knuckle dusters, knife, Magnum. You got an original Russian. AK-47s are not legal that I know of. Here, at least for what I know. I'm really not well versed in that. I just I like what I like in that area, but it's not something I'm gonna collect, if that makes any sense. Exactly, a tool and a nice piece of art. I've carried one since I was young, so I always found them handy, especially like when I did like odd jobs, and I used to mix paint at a store, opening lids, things like. I know nobody wants to hear me say I'm opening a lid with a knife, but I did. Or pry bars. I used a lot of pry bars. But for the most part, I'm more of like a knife hobbyist, appreciator of it. But we don't dive too far into other things because YouTube can get finicky. Yeah, yeah, Magnum PI. I use this to open my next new one. There's a lot of as an artist, I respect the artistry of somebody designing one, and what makes it work, what doesn't make it work. Everybody has the ones they love. Yeah. How how I don't know how to do this anymore. I'm just winging everything anymore. It's like when I started the channel, I thought I knew a lot about knives. I realized I didn't know anything about knives, but I've learned a lot along the way. When I was a kid, it was like carried old timers and box cutters. Love is you love the Desert Eagle? That's a beefy one. That's a big one to just haul around every day. Thanks again for turning me on to those tack knives boxes. Oh yeah, those are great. They got a titanium one in the works too. Exactly the same, except they'll be titanium. Exactly. It's always interesting to see, and we all have our different reasons, so that's why we're here. The baby eagle, and that thing was a brick. Yeah, those things are beefy. Nice. with that stuff, it's just like knives. Like, you know, like you watch Crocodile Dundee, and you know that sparked the knife interest as a kid, and then as an adult, Taxi Driver sparked interest in other things. It got like super quiet out here. But you know, to each their own, and be good people is what I say. So I don't know where we went on this tangent. Oh man. Let's see here. Comes my chat. There we go. My chat stopped for a moment. Let's see here. Oh, phone is at 10%, so I'm gonna probably call it a day here soon. It's been a fun one. Yeah, I'll see you later, Tegan. See your Satisfaction's on. Hopefully Kenman will pop on. And there's my phone telling me what to do. Yep, I'm gonna head back and plug in my charger. And you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later.